Alright, and welcome back. This is the first video of the horizontal stabilizer series. Up to this point I have completed the vertical stabilizer and the rudder, and am now moving on to the horizontal stabilizer. This is a fairly long piece. I believe it's about 9.5 feet long, the horizontal stabilizer. And this is the aft spar and doubler. The instructions have you basically work on the aft spar, put the doubler on, and do some countersinking and rivet the doubler onto the rear spar. Then it also has you mount the hinge brackets for the elevator for either side. Going through now and just deburring the doubler. You have to make sure that you're looking at the right piece, because both the forward and the rear spar each have their own doubler, and they each have a specific pattern. And then also each spar has a upper and lower cap, basically an angle piece of aluminum that is just another brace for the center upper and lower portions there. One of the cautions that I'll go over a little more in detail in the next video is when working on the forward spar. When it talks, and actually the aft spar as well, but when it talks about match drilling the holes for the cap and the spar, it talks about a size 30 for the web, and I had made the mistake of thinking that it was talking about the flange, and that it was just upsizing from a size 40 to a size 30, as has been done once or twice before. So I made the mistake of drilling the wrong holes, the wrong size, into the flange. Called up Vans, and they confirmed that because it's a aerobatic structure, that the width of material between the edge of a size 4 rivet versus a size 3 just means there's not enough material left. So when I oversize those holes from a 40 to a 30, it basically ruined the piece, and I had to order 2 new pieces. So just as a word of caution, as you're going through these, when it tells you to match drill the webbing holes, it's talking about that face right there that you can see right there on the spar. The flange is the 90-degree piece that sticks out, where the skins will attach to. The web of the spar is the main body of the spar, the face of the spar there. So, word of advice. Anyway, so this video is going to be just going through and getting the forward spar prepared, and it's fairly straightforward. It's just time consuming. There's a lot of holes. So the first part here is just matching up the doubler, and be countersinking some of the holes. So you'll see me go over to the drill press, and other than that, match drilling everything. I believe these are all size 30. Match drilling all the holes, getting everything ready, deburring, and then finally putting everything together. So it's as I've mentioned in previous videos, the process is going a bit faster than I had anticipated initially. I'm expecting to get the correct part that I'm waiting on, hopefully by tomorrow or the day after, and I'll be able to probably get the majority of the horizontal stabilizer done this week, I think. I've got a few days off, and we'll be able to spend quite a bit of time in the garage working on this piece. So looking forward to it. It's been a few days since I've been able to get out there. Didn't want to get too far ahead of where I was and lose track of a step. A lot of the horizontal stabilizer, you start getting into the left and right side, and the instructions will tell you you know, hey, this is applicable to both sides, but the instructions are only going to show you the left side unless there's something significantly different about the other side. So I've gotten into that. I've started to get into that a bit with the left skin and the right skin for the horizontal stabilizer. And so I've gotten to the point where now I need to start attaching everything to the forward spar, which is the piece that I messed up and I'm waiting on a replacement part. So I don't want to go too much further and then forget to come back and do a particular step, because I've basically the way I'm working it is that I'll make one mark next to the step for the left side, and then I'll go back and cross through that mark again and make a second mark when I've completed the right side for that particular step as well. And so I just want to make sure that I don't go too far and get too ahead of myself. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully it'll be by the end of this week, I'll have the majority of the horizontal stabilizer completed. I've also been kind of looking ahead at the next kit, and this is a few months down the road, but I was looking at the kit lead times, and they're about 2 months. So basically, the idea is to start putting money aside now and hopefully have it ordered probably by June, and that way July, August time frame, when I am expecting to be completed with this, my wings kit should arrive and be able to start working on that right away. I want to try to minimize the gap in time between kits. So anyway, so now I'm going through. I've attached the flanges, or I'm sorry, the hinges for the left and right elevators. So now I'm just going through match drilling all the holes for the hinges. There's also a central hinge where it, if I understand correctly, it's where the elevator horn attaches, and basically it's the pivot point for the elevator horn that controls the elevators. That one is kind of there. The instructions recommend that you rivet that while it is solidly attached to a level surface, and I put it together once and had it what I thought was on a level surface while I was riveting it, and even then it still came out and wobbled when I was done riveting it together. So I drilled out the rivets and actually clamped the two halves of the piece to a solid surface and re-riveted it, and it came out a lot better. And you'll see in the next video when I get to that step. But other than that, the majority so far is pretty straightforward. And I ended up, this was a 6-hour marathon day. I've just finished up the leading edge of the rudder, and I went right into working on the horizontal stabilizer. So this was a pretty long day. So anyway, I'm going to let this video run out. Like I said, I'm going to work a little bit more on the rear spar for the horizontal stabilizer, and then the next video should start showing the other pieces. So anyway, again, thanks for watching. If you get a moment, hit that like button. It gets more attention for others that might be interested in looking into seeing what it might be like to put together an RV-14. So every little bit helps, and I appreciate you. We'll see you next time around.